Hey, it's Eric G. Around the House is sponsored by Baldwin Hardware. For 75 years, Baldwin Hardware has been known for its first-class quality and craftsmanship in door and cabinetry hardware. As an alumnus of the Baldwin Hardware Design Council, I can say I have seen the details and quality from design to the finished product. If you're looking for a new style and old-world craftsmanship, I can tell you there is only one Baldwin Hardware. Check out what would look great in your home at baldwinhardware.com.
It's Around the House.
We've been talking about my favorite products here of 2023. And some of these are ones that I found here that are made locally in my area here. They're sold nationally. But many of these things are sold here locally and made locally and have grown to be national companies. And this is really cool. So let's get into one here, the Great Plate. Now, this is not a brand new product that's been out, but these ladies decided to go through and take a product that was out in the market that was so-so and made something great. So what is a Great Plate?
When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is a lot to know, but we've got you covered. This is Around the House.
Welcome to the Around the House show. This is where we hope to get the most out of your home through information and education. Thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate everybody tuning in today. We are going to have a fun show ahead. But first, we've got some new phone numbers for you. I want to hear from you. If you've got a home improvement question, give me a call. 833-239-4144, toll free. That's 833-239-4144. You can give us a call 24/7 and you might end up in a future episode of the show. And don't worry, if you're out driving, running around, you have nothing to write with, just head over to Around the House Online and we've got the number over there as well. And that's aroundthehouseonline.com. Well, today we are going to be talking about my favorite products of 2023. And this is what's really cool is there is some neat stuff out there. None of this is sponsored, guys, so there's nobody paying to be in part of this, which is unfortunately the way a lot of this goes in media, but today we are not. This is not something that's sponsored. These are my favorite products of this last year, and some of them involved here in the show, some haven't. Some of them you've seen me play with on television, but this is where that is. And first up, in the first hour here, we're going to be doing products out there that are kind of either legendary or some of my favorite products out there. It doesn't have to be new. Where in hour number 2, we're going to do stuff that is really going to be new to most people. Now, my first one here is Amba Heated Towel Racks, and that's AMBA. These guys here have come out with stylish towel racks. Now, these go in your bathroom, out by your hot tub or swimming pool, and they are wonderful for a number of reasons. I have one in my house, so I've tested it this year, and it is awesome. And these guys keep winning awards as a great product out there. But here's the funny thing. This saves you a boatload of laundry. And I'm talking a ton. And that's what's really cool about this is that you could sit there and jam on cutting your towel, waste basically of having to do laundry down by a bunch. You can have towels that go for 2 weeks if you take them off and hang them on the towel rack. When you get to use them again, maybe even later in the day, they're still fluffy, they're not damp, and because they dry quickly and they're heated quickly, instead of doing towels every few days, you can now do them every few weeks. And I'm not kidding. They still smell fresh, and it really keeps your bathroom drier as well because you don't have these damp, musty towels sitting there all day. And if you've got a hot tub, it's smart for that. You could put this in multiple places in your home. But check these guys out. They're at Amba Products, AMBAproducts.com. You can buy them at your specialty retailers. You see them online. Pretty easy to find them out there. I tell you what, there are some great stuff. One of the nice things with your local specialty showrooms is that you can go in there and really take a look at it and have some help. If you want to jump online and just buy one, take a look at it. The importance of taking a look here when you're shopping for these, 2 things that I would keep in mind when you're looking at them, my experience, Take a look and see where it has to fasten to the wall, because you're going to be pulling towels off it, so it's got to be sturdy. Want to be able to grab into either framing or some kind of blocking there, if preferable, because I really want you to be able to, yank on that thing when you're in a hurry grabbing a towel. You don't want to have to sit there and pull it off the wall because you didn't get it into the drywall right. So this is where I want to see you get that. And then really you have a couple choices. Do you want to have one that plugs into an outlet that is nearby, or do you want to have one that is hardwired in? Hardwired in is always easier, but if you're in a place that you can't hardwire one in, it's okay. They have an option for you. So take a look at these guys. This stuff is really impressive, and it could save you a bunch of electricity or gas, depending on what you're using for doing your hot water and drying your towels. So make it a little easier in a wash and have warm towels when you jump out of that shower. And this time of year, it's pretty nice, I can tell you that. Amba heated towel racks. Check them out. Next up is one of my favorite people out there, and I love companies that are making a difference out there. Are you worried about package theft? You worried about that getting stolen off of your porch? Those porch pirates out there? Check out NB Sentinel. Now, he's been on the show a few times. I love these guys. Great people, great friends. They make drop boxes basically for your packages that you can inset into your wall. So they have a through-the-wall insert, which is what I really like, and this is called the Box Gobbler. Yes. So basically what you do is you cut a hole into the side of your garage or into a room inside your house there by the front, and this is a through-the-wall package safe, which is a lockable mailbox for packages and manages the most common size boxes shipped. So it's one of the most safest models on the market today, and what's really cool is that it takes a 14 by 28 inch wall opening, and then it has a little tray that you set in there, and it has a 2-inch thick insulated door, so it's energy efficient. And then you've got a keypad on there for locking and unlocking, so people can get in there, and really nice stainless steel rotary latch. It is solid. And if I had a package theft problem at my house, I'd probably have one out there already. But my neighborhood has not been an issue. But I tell you what, this is an amazing product. And if you're tired of getting things ripped off, this is the way to go. They have a bunch of different colors, which is cool. So they've got a smooth black, hammered. They've got all these different blue, gold, all these cool browns. They've got all these different colors out there to make it work with your decor. And they've got a lot of different things as well. So that one goes through the wall. One of my other things that I love about it and their products is that they have different options. So if you have a curbside or a driveway that you want to put in before a gate, they make freestanding ones or ones you can build into a rock enclosure. You can build them into fences and gates and things like that. And that is a really cool place to be. So take a look at these guys, mbsentinel.com. And man, I tell you what, these guys are making a quality product made right here in the USA. These guys are based down out of Texas, and I really like what they're doing. And this is something great, whether if you're out in the country and you want to have something in a drop box like that, or if you're in an apartment complex or you've got multifamily, these guys are ready to go. And great people I love working with, and they've got everything from small little tiny mailboxes to big, massive stuff. So it's just kind of depending on what you've got going. They have a lot of cool stuff where they have a mail and package box. So take a look at them, MB Sentinel. Now, when we come back, I've got some stuff that's going to be decor and cooking. These are all things that we've got hiding around here coming up in the show that I want you to check out in my favorite new products. And a lot of this stuff you could probably order online here this weekend and get it in time for the holidays. Hey, if you have any questions for me, give me a call in the studio here at 833-239-4144. I'll say it a little slower, 833-239-4144, 24/7. If you have a home improvement question, I am here to help you, and we will put you possibly up in an upcoming show. 24 hours, give us a call right there. We come back, we've got more of the hottest items for 2023. My favorite things that I've worked with coming up this last year, especially in the TV show where we got to test a lot of products. and play with a lot of things. All that coming up just after these important messages. Don't go away. Around the House will be right back. Welcome back to the Around the House show. This is where we get the most out of your home through information and education. Thanks for joining me today. We've been talking about my favorite products here of 2023 to kind of put a bow around it at the end of the year. And before we get into that, I want to hear from you. Give us a call with your home improvement questions. Toll free 833-239-4144. That's 833 toll free. 833-239-4144. Give us a call 24/7. And I will give you a call back if we're not for some reason in the studio. Don't worry. Leave us a message. I'll call you back, and you might end up on an upcoming show. We've been talking about my favorite products here of 2023. And some of these are ones that I found here that are made locally in my area here. They're sold nationally. But many of these things are sold here locally and made locally and have grown to be national companies. And this is really cool. So let's get into one here, the Great Plate. Now, this is not a brand new product that's been out, but these ladies decided to go through and take a product that was out in the market that was so-so and made something great. So what is a Great Plate? It is a small little dish that has made out of ceramic that at the very bottom has got texture to it so you can grate as you're cooking. So if you're cooking and you've got garlic, or if you've got ginger, or anything else there, nutmeg, hard cheese, so much more, you want to grate it at the bottom of that bowl, you can do it right there, and then it turns itself into its own serving dish. And what I like about this is instead of having to get all that, like with ginger or garlic, of getting all the stuff out of the grooves of the teeth of the grater, you can do it on the bottom of the bowl and capture everything. So all the juices, everything else, it all comes out. And what I like is when you're working with ginger or something, it leaves the stringy stuff still attached. So it takes all of the good taste and puts it right there. So the Great Plate is cool stuff. So that is greatplate.com. Looks like they've got a holiday special going on right now. Buy 5, get 1 free, order ship same or next day, and free shipping over $25. And so these are really cool. They've got all these different colors, and they've even got a bowl that they came out with. But I tell you what, these things are super cool. They come with a garlic peeler and a brush as well. And they're really good. And I tell you what, this stuff is quality made. They've got all the different colors out there. And just a really cool little gift, stocking stuffer. I think they're super cool. And take a look at the Great Plate. Really nice quality stuff. And made here in the United States. So support this women-run business because super cool people. I really like working with them. All right, so this is coming up on a segment that I have coming up in I'll just let the cat out of the bag. In today's episode of Around the House Northwest on the television show, I did a installation with this, and you've probably seen it all over social media. This is a company called the Wood Veneer Hub. And you might have seen these really cool acoustical panels that are made out of walnut, or it's a slat panel acoustical, basically treatment for your wall or ceiling. And I tell you what, man, this stuff is gorgeous. And I went through and did the luxury walnut. Now, here's what this stuff does. This is kind of that original. This is a really cool look. And so think of it as a black felt panel with evenly spaced kind of like little 1x2s of walnut veneer or oak veneer or whatever wood you pick. They are a veneer, which I like. Keeps the cost down, keeps the weight down on these things too. Really easy to work with. So I did the pre-finished luxury American walnut slat wall panel on my house, and I tell you what, this stuff is really cool. I like how it works, and they do a really nice job with it. The stuff that I actually got is the wider stuff, so it's a 12-inch panel, basically, that's 8 feet high, and you just put them on the wall like that, and it looks super great. You can get it in different colors. They make them in black matte. You can get a lot of different things with these. A box of them, which I think 2 panels, is about $200+ depending on which one you look at. It gets a little more if you go for the oiled. I think it's a little bit between the natural and the oiled. I went already pre-finished because it's just easier. But wow, this stuff, talk about make a change inside your house. And it's really easy how it goes together. And you can take a look at the segment over there, but really, you've got a couple ways you can do it. You can put it up on 1x2s in the wall and then nail or screw into those. You can use, they show in their instruction, screws. I put mine directly on the wall because I wasn't worried about it. And the wall I put it on, I used construction adhesive and some finish nails to hold it on there. And it will work great with that felt holding it up there. I'm not too worried about it. It's going to be encased by trim, so it's not going anywhere. But I tell you what, this stuff is really cool. And there's a lot of different companies out there that you see trying to do this stuff, but this is kind of the main one out there. I was really impressed. They even have reclaimed wood panels. They have a bunch of different stuff. So they have a lot of cool materials out there. But it is a game changer on taking care of that room and making it look really good. So check out the Wood Veneer Hub, and that's just the woodveneerhub.com. And really impressed with it. Thanks, guys. They were a great partner. They sent me some of these for the segment, and I really enjoyed putting them up. And they are exactly as advertised as how they look. Solid stuff, goes in really easily, and no issues. So gets my stamp of approval, shall we say. Next up here, guys, is a system that I absolutely love, and it's by Lutron. And, smart home tech is something we're going to talk about because I tell you what, it's one of those things that when you're talking smart home tech, it can be kind of difficult or it can be kind of easy. And what I like is if you're working with people that aren't smart home people and they're struggling with operating smart home tech, the whole Lutron Caseta wireless smart home products are easy. And I like easy. Easy means that it can install pretty quickly. I'd say that 80% of the time it installs very quickly. If you have to redo it again, sometimes it's your phone. I can't blame Lutron for that. It could easily be, Steve Jobs and that Apple device that I have. But nonetheless, it installs really quickly. And once it's installed, it's pretty much foolproof. You don't have to worry about anything with this stuff not working correctly. And that issue is pretty much gone at that point. So really take a look at Lutron Caseta's products. They have everything from light switches to timers to everything to control even blinds that are smart within your home. So impressive stuff. You've probably seen me do some segments with it over on the Around the House Northwest page. And we've done a lot of videos with these guys. I use a lot of it in my house, and it is pretty foolproof as long as you follow the directions and use the system correctly. As far as smart home tech, it is complex but easy to run. And by complex is that you can make it do things that you want it to do without having to pull teeth and trying to figure out how to work around the system. All right, we come back. We got more Around the House. Don't forget, give us a call, 833-239-4144 with your questions. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Around the House show. This is where we help you get the most out of your home through information and education. Thanks for joining us. I'm Eric G. We've been talking about my favorite products for 2023. And there's been a lot of them, so we're trying to jam in as many of these as we can. But first, If you have a home improvement question or you got a question about some of these products, feel free to give me a call, 833-239-4144. That's 833-239-4144. Give me a call 24/7. If we're not in the studio, don't worry. No matter what time zone you're in there, I know we have worldwide listeners. If you can get through, we'll call you back and we'll try to get you on the show with your home improvement question and get you that final solution that you're looking for. We've been talking about some of my favorite products here of 2023, and we've had a lot of different ones. Everything from heated towel racks from Amba Products to, there's so many cool things out there, from Wood Veneer Hub, from the Great Plate, and then my friends over at NB Sentinel and their box gobbler that stops you from getting your packages taken right off of your front porch. All of that and more. Now we're talking about my favorite companies out there, and this is one here. These guys were so easy to work with. When I was doing the front, work of my front of the house, one of the biggest things was taking out that 1977 wood garage door that had a crazy smile to the bottom of it where it was sagging. The wood panels were starting to fall apart, and it had lived a good life in the Pacific Northwest. But I tell you what, it was toast. It was really toast. And so I needed to put something in there that was going to be, durable, sexy, and everything that I wanted it to be. And the other part is I wanted to make sure that it was going to be something that held up. And so I went with something more contemporary, but I went with the Clopay garage doors. As they say, they're America's favorite doors. I went with the Avante series, which I tell you what, the modern glass and aluminum garage doors are just showstoppers. And there's a lot of cool things with this. So it is a 2 1/8 commercial grade aluminum frame, which is awesome. I did the white glass in there so you can't see through it. And then it is so cool that they polyurethane insulated the rails and stiles on these things. And so it is super cool how these things work. And I got it, of course, in the black anodized. You can have a handle on it. I did not put one on there. But I tell you what, these things are quiet and they're heavy duty. And it is so heavy duty that I needed to have a special opener. And I'm going to give a special thank you to Chamberlain Liftmaster. I tell you what, they have a garage door opener that doesn't take up the space in the middle of the garage. It gives a shaft drive, so it goes on the end. And so I did that with their video doorbell that is for the garage door, and that is money. But take a look and see what you think of those things. Super, super durable, super tough. And I think the thing I really like the most about them is that it's just a durable, quiet door. And when you put in that opener, it's money all around. So something to take a look at. Check out Clopay doors. That Avante is my perfect garage door for my house and the best choice that I made. Coming up here, we got a power tool that has been a game changer for me this last year. And it's one of those things that you look at and go, wow, okay, Eric, I thought you were big into Milwaukee. I am big into Milwaukee, but I am not a one-trick pony when it comes to that. And I have a new favorite chop saw. And it's a cordless one by Bosch. It is the Pro Factor 18-volt, 12-inch dual bevel slide miter kit with the core 18-volt, 8-amp-hour high-power battery. This is a saw, and it is a saw that you need to respect as well, because that thing is so powerful. That motor is like what you see on a table saw. So yes, you can get kickback. You can get things that you get out of a very high capacity electric saw, and it will cut through so much. It is a monster, but it's easy to work with. So that's the cool thing, is if you're cutting 4x6s, you're doing a deck, or you're doing stuff like this, in the 12-inch, it is awesome. First off, it's got a 3.5-inch cutting depth, which is nice. But the other part that I really enjoy about it is that it is a dual bevel. So I can slide the slide it one way. I can slide it the other way, so I can bevel it each to left and right, not just one way, which is cool. You can do a 3.5-inch depth and a 14-inch width crosscut. So the tall fence design means that you can accurate cuts with 5.5-inch fence. And I tell you what, it is cool. So you can do some large compound cuts, any of that big stuff. And I do like the shadow line from the blade. That is a tight little system right there. It's all part of their Pro Factor system, which has the bi-turbo brushless technology combined with that core 18-volt high-power battery. And it is just a monster as far as power goes. And those batteries are killer. That core 18-volt 8-amp-hour high-power battery delivers 50% more runtime and over 75% more power than just the 4-amp-hour battery. So I have worked on a day outside on that thing, and it does all day long on cuts. So it's super impressive. I got it with the stand, which I wanted to, so I could just take it in, take it out, because I wanted to be able to take it out and move it out closer to the job site, whatever I'm working on around the house. And that has worked out really well. So take a look at that. That is the Bosch Tools Pro Factor 18-volt. It's their 12-inch dual bevel slide miter saw kit with the core 18-volt 8-amp high-power battery. Cool stuff. Something to take a look at. Comes in with, with clamps and everything else. So it'll hook up to a dust collection system. There's all the cool little benefits right there. So take a peek. It is solid stuff that I really enjoy working with. It's a lot of fun. So I have kind of retired my other little 7.25 chop saw to smaller projects. And this has been my day-to-day go-to for bigger projects because it just has the power. And being Bosch, it is meant for high quality, which I enjoy. So take a look at that. That is a good one. Next up is a product that I tested at my house, and I tell you what, I could not be happier. This is something that I got to play with this year. They've been around, in down in Australia and New Zealand for a while, and now they've come to the United States, and that is DuraBond modern steel fencing. This stuff is a steel fencing. It goes up so much faster than the wood fence. It looks gorgeous. And all the maintenance you got to do is go out there a couple times a year and rinse it down and make sure you get all the residual dirt off of it or whatever else you have for contaminants in your area. And it will look like money. And it will stand up to wind. It will stand up to, it is fireproof, rotting proof, termite proof. And if you're tired of dealing with broken off wooden fence panels and boards, this is the way to go. Check out DuraBond Modern Steel Fencing. I put this stuff up. I was so impressed by it. And go to durabondfencing.com. And these guys I'm a huge fan of. The nicest people. And you've got different stuff. I did a whole a video with them, and you can see that over on their page there. They've got 4 different colors. A light khaki kind of gray colored dune, Jasper, Woodland Gray, and Monument. I went to Monument, and boy, they've got a couple different ways of doing it on there, and it is easy stuff to work with. So DuraBond Fencing, I'm a huge fan, and they are working out their distribution across the U.S., so take a look at them. I'm sure they can figure out a way to get there. They're local to me, but they are distributing here nationally, and it's something that they're working on. So if they don't have it close, I'm sure they can ship it. Check out DuraBond Fencing. We come back, we'll wrap up the first hour of my favorite products for 2023. And we'll have more of this information as well. Don't worry about writing it down over at our website, aroundthehouseonline.com. We'll be right back after these important messages. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Around the House show. This is where we hope to get the most out of your home through information and education. Thanks for joining us today. Well, hey, if you have any home improvement questions, give me a call. That number here in the studio is 833-239-4144. That's 239-4144, 24/7. Give us a ring, and I would love to answer your questions. If we're not in the studio at the time you called, don't worry, leave us a message, and I will return every one of your calls. So I'd love to give a chat with you about your home improvement questions, and heck, you might end up in a future episode of the show, and that can be a lot of fun. Well, our next one here is one that I just really enjoy, and it's something that I'm a user of, and it's just one of those things that I think is super fun. And I like the company and the people involved, which is, half the battle sometimes, right? So if you're out there on the West Coast and you're looking for your own dump trailer or any kind of utility trailer, take a look at my friends over at Summit Trailer. These guys here make a ton of different stuff. And what I like, made in USA, hand built, they just have all the cool stuff. And doesn't matter if you're looking for a car trailer or an equipment trailer, or just one of those just basic utility trailers. You're going to haul stuff to the dump or haul a lawnmower around, or even one of those lawn care trailers. They have a ton of stuff. So I have what I use. I have their Cascade Series 10,000K dump trailer. And I tell you what, this thing is sturdy. It'll take everything you want to throw at it. And so, it is just dialed in LED lights, polyurethane paint, ramps in the back in a channel hiding away, 10 gauge floor, one piece, 12 gauge sidewalls, one piece, 4 5/8 D rings. I mean, this thing is absolutely crazy cool. And so a lot of different things on it, but I've got the 10-foot model, which is great. And with a 1990 or 9,990. So it's a 10,000 pound GVWR. Curb weight is only 3,465. Payload capacity is 6,525. So that tells you right there, you can put a lot back there. I have put in there easily 2 yards and had a lot of fun with that of gravel. And it worked out really, really well. So take a peek at that. Super cool stuff. I love Summit Trailer, made here in the Pacific Northwest for West Coast customers. But I tell you what, they have so many cool things out there, and you can get it, head over to their dealer locator, but go look at Summit Trailer Manufacturing, MFG.com. So Summit Trailer, MFG.com, and you can find it over there. But we do a lot with those guys in the show. I did a whole Made in Northwest on them, and I just absolutely love working with those guys. So they make some great stuff and just really quality trailers. And it's so much nicer than the ones that you see made by everybody else. I have not found a nicer trailer on the market today, which is something durable. And that's what I love about that. So something to consider, guys. If you're out looking for trailers and you're on the West Coast, especially in the Pacific Northwest, because they're everywhere, take a peek at it. And it's definitely one of those things you can buy that trailer, invest a little more in it, and something that'll last you a lot of years. So here's the next one here. If you're a pet owner, like a dog lover like I am, if you've got those buddies hanging around, here is one that I just absolutely love. Snook's Pet Products. And they are sweet potato based pet products, treats, dog treats. So Snook sweet potato dog chews are made from GMO-free dried golden sweet potatoes. And they make all of these sweet potato chips. It's another woman-owned business. And it is so cool how they do this. You can jump online to snookdog.com. They also sell them on Chewy and a bunch of the other things like that. They have a retail web store if you want to go that direction that way. But you can get them at all the major pet retailers, but snookspetproducts.com. And super cool. Look it up at Snook, SNOOK dog.com. So you can get all these just different, they have these they look like steak fries, but they're sweet potato steak fries. They have sweet potato biscuits that are meant for the dogs. They have these potato chews, which are really cool. They have them in different sizes, which is awesome. So they have with a rope in the middle, and they have the small, which is for dogs 3 to 20 pounds, Medium is 20 to 60. Large is for 60 to 100. And extra large are for dogs 100 pounds and over. And these are really cool, healthy dog treats. And, it makes their breath smell good. So pretty impressive. And then take out the retail store because they have a lot of natural care stuff as well. So they have some supplements and stuff for your dog. If you are trying to make sure that you take care of your pet, this is a really good, healthy way to go. And so they've got Snooks around, like I said, at all the major retailers out there. This was Dog Fancy's Editor's Choice winner for 2010. So definitely not a new product, but super impressive story here. And so this is all about celebrating their 21st year, 100% women-owned business. Love these guys. And looking at their website, it looks like through the end of the year, they've got free shipping on all orders, $75 plus. No coupon needed. And they will be closed from Christmas till January 2nd. So last shipment for 2023 goes out on December 21st. So you better act quick if you want to get with these guys or deal with the online retailer. But check it out, Snooks Pet Products at snookdog.com. Now, the last one here is also pet related. If you're a dog lover, this one is important here. It is an automatic dog door. And what I like about this is really cool. And I installed this in my first episode of Around the House show, of the Around the House Northwest television show here. And it was a smart call. So what this is an electronic dog door. Now, I had a dog door that went out, and I think dog doors are really good if you can install one in your house, because now you're giving your pet control of when they have to go outside and use the bathroom. And the cool thing with this, if they're going out into a fenced area, it can be safe for them. You don't have to worry about putting your dog through the stress of, I got to get home, unless you don't want to be at the event or party. But hey, I got to go let the dogs out is a great excuse to leave the party. But when you don't have to, it's kind of nice. So this is a great way to do that. And it's so energy efficient, because the problem I had is when I had for instance, if I had a heavy wind blowing at the same direction as the dog door, even though I had heavy magnets on the double flaps that I had before, it would click the magnets off and on and you'd have a breeze coming through there, which I was not a fan of. So I installed this in here. And what happens is there's two little radio collars that go around the dog, each dog. So you can get as many radio collars you need. And when the dog gets close to the door, the door automatically opens up. It looks like a Star Trek door, except it goes up into the top. It goes, kind of thing. And it's got a little more of an electric motor noise than that, but you know what I'm talking about. It's a little Star Trek-y for all of us out there that watched the first season. But anyway, that's what this is. And so it mounts in really nice. And 4-way access control. You can access it from your app. It's got a safety retract system. It'll keep out strays. Don't have to worry about anybody getting through it. And I tell you what, they have them for different sized dogs. But it is one of those things that if you are worried about energy consumption, check it out. These guys do some really good stuff. And you can go hitechpet.com, hitechpet.com. And I tell you what, this is an easy way to do it. I don't have a battery backup on mine, but I've got a into the wall where it just plugs in, and you've got control of the reins. So how close do you want them? It will definitely give you a much more efficient house with this, and it just gives you the freedom to travel around, do what you want without having to worry about getting home and worried about letting the dog out. So it's impressive stuff. And if you have their X10 electric fence system, it also integrates with that. So you can integrate it with other products of theirs. But I tell you what, they are super cool, and I really like these things. It's a great product, and it has worked since January now, and it has been flawless. Other than a few batteries, which don't take often for the collars, those last a long time, and then you're good to go. So check that out at hitechpet.com. All right, everybody, hour number 2, we're going to have a bunch of new stuff that you probably haven't seen. And we'll talk that when we come back. Hey, if you have any questions, make sure to give us a call at 239-4144. We'll see you after this important break. We'll be back with hour number 2. Thanks for tuning in to Around the House. Hey, it's Eric G. from Around the House. Are you planning a decking or siding project this year? If you are, you've got to check out my friends at Millboard. Millboard is a completely different kind of composite decking and cladding that enhances outdoor spaces with enduring distinction. Hand-molded from the finest oak, it realistically mimics the natural grain and color of premium hardwood. If you're looking for something that doesn't look like plastic and instead real wood, check out millboard.com. Make sure and check out that interview we did just a few weeks back. That's millboard.com.